Hey everyone, Creatively Kara here and welcome to my creative journey. Today we're going to be doing a flip through of my bullet journal / planner since this year has been a whirlwind for me when it comes to planning. And not just because of the pandemic, it's just because I've been switching up my planning style. So let's just dive right in. We begun the year in the Vivid Scribbles notebook. Wondering, I did use the foil quill pen on this and it held up very well. I really love how that turned out. I did make a video on this, so if you want to check out that video, I will be sure to link it in the description box down below as well as the cards. This journal, I didn't mind it. The pages were a little to me, but it was a nice thick journal and came with about 200 pages exactly, and the pages are 160 GSM. You can see that my planner definitely has some love to it and wear and tear, but the journal itself held up pretty well. So let's go through the notebook itself. All right, so the notebook itself did come with a key in here already, as well as an index, and I have not used the index. I know a lot of bullet journalists will debate on whether or not they want to use that. I did not, but I do in general like them. So my word of the year was meraki, which is to put love into something, and I wanted to put love back into my bullet journal. You know, I kind of did that, but I definitely would say that it was just kind of a crazy year for me too. And here's my year at a glance. Future log. I did not at all like this setup for a future log. I felt like I had no room to write anything, so not my preference there, and that's why it's not really filled out. Then we have a future log as well here. I do like this one. I didn't use it a ton, but it made it a little bit easier to write down important dates. My social media tracker, I kind of stopped filling this in, obviously, but if you don't follow me on my other social media, I'd love to have you join me there. I don't really use Twitter, but I have Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I will have all my social media links in the description box down below. My goals, let's see. No, we definitely love doing puzzles, so I would say that we've been getting better with that. And I've been trying to work on creating more art. We didn't pay off 5 debts, but we did pay off a few of our student loans, and so I'm pretty proud of that. Monthly budget, no, but I have one going now, so we're getting there. No. And I did stay pretty consistent with my Creatively Kara YouTube channel this year, so there's that. I did do pretty good. Instagram is iffy. And I'm still working on growing my community, but for those of you who are with me now, thank you so much for being with me and supporting me. I appreciate all of you so much. My pixel in a year, I really love this idea, but I could not follow through with it, so I'm hoping to try it again next year. I didn't write things down here. I just didn't use my bullet journal. So there's that. Along with this, there's also that. But to be honest, I stopped using my bullet journal for a while. So I do like the line spacing guide, but I didn't use it a ton as much as I would like to have. Then I have my goodbye debt page. So, I paid off my phone, one of the loans we had. We also paid off one of my husband's student loans. So yeah, I would say that we made good progress on that. All right, to the fun part here. So we have my January setup, and I did a birch tree theme. Loved it. Did so well. This is probably the best habit tracker I have, and I actually really love this layout. I have my emotions that I can track, so I can kind of track the different things that I felt throughout the day, and then my habits and my energy. Definitely recommend this layout if you're looking to track those items. I really wanted to do a run log and I never filled it in. The quarter boxes really is one of my favorite weekly spreads. Oh, hey, look at that. Towards the end of January, I did qualify for the YouTube partnership program. It was active in a few days, so that was so exciting, and I'm so happy. I've really been able to achieve you know, those goals and make it this far. It's been an amazing journey. And thank you to everyone who gave me some book recommendations. I have not read much, but we're gonna make new goals in 2021, right? February, oh my gosh, I truly, truly loved filling out February. I hit 1,000 followers on Instagram here. I posted some videos on Instagram that did really well with the watercolor technique. So if you haven't checked out this watercolor technique, I actually use a plastic bag and markers to make it, along with some water, obviously, to make the effect. But I will link to my February plan with me here. The colors of this were just so, so beautiful. And then this page I ended up not using because it got sticky, so there's that. Yes, I have 2 kids and they write in my bullet journal all the time. March was another one I really loved. I used craft paper along with some washi tape. I really loved the colors of this and the aesthetic with the stamps here. I kind of went a little crazy with the washi tape on this one. Sometimes, I mean, I admit, like, you don't know where to put it, but like this one turned out really good. Lots going on here, but I really love how filled in this weekly spread is. Good job, Kara. I did it. And then we have this one where there's like nothing, but I do love how it's laid out. You know, it's okay if you don't use it. I know that a lot of people probably face this in 2020 because 2020 was quite a year. It's fine if you don't end up using it. It happens. I usually end up with blank pages because I'll plan something for it and then I don't do it. Then we took to April and I tried to make it a little bit more minimalistic. And this was my calendar spread. I tried to break it down into personal work and then my Creatively Kara stuff. Clearly I didn't really use it that much. So I think this month was another one where I just didn't really use my bullet journal. And I know within April, I was trying to do a doodle a day. I ended up switching to digital planning. And I'll be showing you that here in just a minute because I started doing that for May. I like these layouts. When you do kind of half-page dailies in the vertical format, it just gives you a lot of room to write some stuff down and you can break it up pretty easily. Ooh, yay! Okay, so my daughter did that, so ignore that. But I did a collaboration with Claudia Joseph. I'll link to her channel in the description down below. But we paired together to recreate Amanda Rach Lee's doodles for when you're bored or when you're in quarantine. And so these that you'll see next are the ones that I created. I really, really loved this one and it was so much fun to make as well. Yeah, just ignore that. Okay, so here's my Zentangle page. I actually love doing Zentangles and do have a playlist on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check out more of those, but it's really just creating patterns and it's so relaxing to fill them all in, like doing the checkerboard. So good. And then these are doodles with like little faces on them. Super fun. Line art, not my thing. Blind line art, definitely not my thing. And then this was me just creating some summer theme ideas. And then I made them into the cover pages so that I could have a better idea of what that would look like. So I'm gonna pause here in this bullet journal and take you to my digital planner. All right, so here we are in my 2020 bullet journal for my digital planning side of things. And this is just a simple notebook that is in the portrait setting. And I did recreate it, so I kind of set it up as if it were a bullet journal. So I did do the future log, and the style worked way better for me. And I had a YouTube tracker, some goals. As you can tell, I still didn't fill this out, but I'll tell you why in a minute. And that's because while I did enjoy this, I quickly switched May into a different bullet journal, I believe. But this is what it looked like in the portrait side of things, which I do like the portrait. It doesn't have the aesthetic of looking like a real notebook. So let me show you the other one. I ended up creating my own bullet journal. The nice thing about digital planning is that you can add links and all of that. And so I catered this one to basically where I was at the time, which was May. So now you can see that this is much more aesthetically pleasing. It looks really nice. I have the calendar layout. This is what made me start to fall in love with the digital planning, digital bullet journaling. You know, I can zoom in on all of this. I drew these in Procreate and then brought them in here into my digital planner. I was able to do video ideas, weekly spreads on 2 pages, like just seriously so amazing. This worked so well for me. I made a video comparing paper bullet journaling to digital bullet journaling, and in the end I told myself I'm going back to the paper because yeah, it's good. But all the pros led me to digital planning, and I'm so silly. Anyways, I found my way back. It's okay. Just amazing how with the iPad you can then include pictures, and so it's really fun to be able to capture those memories in here easily. And just creating this, a lot of times these are just images that I created in Procreate and then brought into my GoodNotes file. GoodNotes is the app I use. So here for June, this is where I had my relapse of a moment like, okay, maybe I don't want to do digital bullet journaling. So I started to fill this out, and you can kind of see that but ultimately I went back to my bullet journal. Now this made for something kind of really exciting because I now had a bullet journal on my iPad as well as a paper version. So I was able to compare the 2 months together, which is really cool to see. But I used the same watercolor technique as I used in February for June. And it was fireflies, and I absolutely loved this theme. I let you guys help pick it out for me. So thank you to all those who contributed to that poll. But again, these colors were so amazing. I did use this pretty well in June, I'd say. Still some things I didn't get into, but that's okay. I did actually really use my bullet journal in June. That makes me happy. This was one of my favorite weekly spreads. And then planning out for July, I decided that this was one of my favorite ones that I loved in the summer bullet journal themes I came up with. So I wanted to use it in July as I think I was testing out some weekly spreads there. So at this point, yes, I planned out July. But at that point, I was kind of upset with this journal. I just didn't care for it. I did have a chunk of pages left, but I'll probably use this notebook for other things just to fill it up. I switched into a Scribbles That Matter notebook. Love, love, love this notebook. Sticker by KT's Canvases. She's amazing. But Scribbles That Matter is probably one of my favorite notebooks right now. Definitely would recommend them. And I do have a link in the description box down below if you want to order one and save some money. It is an affiliate link though, so I will earn a commission off of that. Again, same thing. I use the gold foil design on the cover here and on the side as well. And I really, really, really love the gold foil. Let me show you how this one is set up real quick. Again, these come pre-made with a key and an index. I did actually fill out this index a little bit. See, this is how I like my future logs. Definitely not how I had it set up in the other one. But I picked a theme with this and used colors as well as the washi tape to basically fill in the first pages here. So I have my YouTube sub tracker and Instagram tracker. Again, I didn't really use my bullet journal as I would have wanted to, so not everything is filled in. Again, a reading tracker and a book list where I didn't do anything. continued my debt tracking, fitness. I wonder when I wrote those down. Should have put a date. There I go. Anyways, here is July. Sometimes I make a quote page, sometimes I don't. So I really like how this one turned out. It was very vibrant again and it was a lot of fun to make. Look at that, I actually kind of filled this one out. I just missed 1 week. So basically each box was like a week where I checked in with my goal and how I was doing. So hey, go me in July for actually setting goals and trying to follow through. I was trying to do like the 21 day fix, but you have the different cups. I don't really follow that, but this was really helpful spread for that. And then I have Marvel. This is one of my favorite like setups for a weekly spread. Aside from the quarter boxes, I use this one a lot when I started bullet journaling. Yeah, I would kind of put like the day over here, use this space for writing my tasks, and then I would track my water on the side. But you could obviously track anything on the side there that you'd like. Here's my quarter boxes. I usually did quarter boxes at least once a month because, again, my favorite. And then I was trying to use this as a memory page, but I only put one thing in here. So this was one of the other summer themes I created that I really liked. There's only the one I didn't do, which was like the underwater octopus theme. This one, amazing. Love it so much. I just love picking out colors to use in bullet journals, and I feel like I do a pretty good job of that, honestly. And I picked a more difficult font to write out, but Volkswagen, daisies, kind of made it more of a retro theme. This mood tracker was pretty fun. Obviously, I didn't finish filling it in, but I usually start off the months really, really well, and then I like don't finish the last week or so. I was trying to create a Patreon, so just ignore this page because that's probably not happening. There were some moments where I didn't use my bullet journal as I'd hope, but overall, I feel like I kept up with it pretty well. Oh yes, September. Oh, I loved this one too. Scrabble theme with some roses and flowers. The habit tracker here was supposed to be where I would write like a W, V, J, M, A, R in the boxes. You can kind of see the example a little bit. So that's a habit tracker I've never really done before. I think it's fine, but probably not one that I would go to very frequently. Oh, and then my memories page. This was a lot of fun to create, and I'm probably going to be doing this. I'm probably going to be doing this a lot with my digital planning. September was the month that my 4-year-old broke her arm. Oh my gosh, we had to go and get surgery done. It was quite a thing, and I became obsessed with Hamilton. No, did not finish that. And then just use this empty page that I had to plan out like what I was going to say in a video. This was specific for my work task. I was really getting into those messy layouts, I think, at this point. Yep, so I started doing these as my work tasks. If you're looking for a simple way to add work tasks to your bullet journal, I definitely would recommend this. You can write out the days of the week that you work, have your tasks, and then that way, if you do a task that you do every day of the week, then you can just mark it off every single day, put a dot on the day that I want to complete a task, and then I can put the X over it when I do complete it. Scrabble letters. So this was something I made to post on my Instagram. Yeah, so here you can see I used a marker to kind of indicate when I wanted to get something done. So that's one way of doing it. Morning Meltdown. I've literally started this program a million times and have never finished it, but it's part of the Beachbody program. All right, now we're on to October. Did not go with this theme. I did not like how it turned out. This was my actual October theme. I'm seriously so happy with how my bullet journal looks this year, honestly. I'm really happy with all of the themes that I chose and the colors in each of those themes. Definitely really pleased with this, and being able to reflect on it is so nice right now. Yeah, this all makes me so happy, you guys. I don't know if looking back in your bullet journals make you this happy as well, but I love it. Did not make my memories page here. Whoops. But I wrote things down. That counts, right? On a sticky note. Apparently I wanted to try mid-month and then decided not to, and I did not follow through with this. Astrology is still something that I want to get into more. I have some books on it now, so I'm working on that. That's probably a goal for next year, to start incorporating that some more. This was one of my favorite weekly spreads. It kind of mimics the quarter boxes, but they're a lot smaller, so it leaves more space for the doodles. Work tasks, another thing for my Instagram page. I don't care for the vertical layouts too much because I like to have more space to write across horizontally, but sometimes I'm just feeling that when I want to create my weekly spread, and so I go for it. So you will see these pop into my setups every now and then. And then November, which is the month that basically switched over to digital planning. So I did set it up though, so I'll flip through that real quick. And I went with kind of this teacup tea theme. Was very minimalistic with it. The doodles were very easy and kind of almost this like almost sloppy doodle. I promise I did try, but it just looked very simplistic. I didn't even fill this out at all. I didn't use it. And even with the setup in itself, all I did was the cover page, the quote, the monthly page, memories, and I think I actually did all weeks, so I'll show you the weeks real quick. There was this weekly spread. This one, again, I was kind of using that one setup I used in October. Ready to party. I decided to use the tea puns because why not? You're tea-rific. Chai there. And that is it for this notebook. I probably could have made it through this notebook using it for December, but I did switch to digital planning, so I want to show you a little bit more about that. Okay, so apart from the digital bullet journal that I used, in November, I decided to try out the digital passion planner. Now this was just released recently and I made a video of it, kind of just walking you through. It has some clickable links, but not everything is clickable, so that's kind of a downside to me, but I did get the daily undated, so there's just some pros and cons, I guess, too, depending on what planner you get. But digital stickers are awesome. You can easily decorate the planner and utilize it, so I was able to do that here, to where I used some of these daily pages. You can use them to journal. So I really liked, I really like a lot of these. It gives you room so you can write, you know, your focus, your game changer goal. The passion planner is all really focused on goal setting. You have space to do personal work tasks, quotes, reflecting on the day, a timed layout, and then this side is completely blank for me to put whatever I want. And I like that because then I can use that space for journaling, and that's something that I've been getting more into. Has been a lot of fun. I took a journey back to watching Twilight. I also have December set up as well, and so I have more stickers for December. And I wanted to show you too that, you know, the planner comes with blank pages, so I'm still able to incorporate elements of bullet journaling into this, where I can do brain dump pages or meal planning, tracking my habits, all sorts of different things. And so that's really one of the beauties to this planner. So I really appreciate this new style. I do have December set up, but I wanted to share with you all really quickly that I made my own planner and I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna be releasing it soon. It is fully functional. This is for 2021. It's fully dated and it has room to write goals down each month, so you can focus on that. I also have the yearly overview in here, so if you still like that future log aspect, you can do that in here. And all of these numbers are clickable, so they will take you to the daily page. And then also a place to put collections, because for me, collections are so important in my bullet journal. I know that I just flipped through them and you saw that most of them were not filled out, but there are 10 linked pages. Well, technically 20 if you count each page. So you'll have enough of these to be able to put in level 10 life. You could put in, you know, your reading tracker, movie tracker, your debt tracker, your fitness tracker, so many different trackers in here. And I'm actually currently working on creating digital stickers that you can then import in here so that you can use these in weekly setups or whatever you need to, that still kind of add that bullet journal element to it. So those are still a work in progress, but the planner is ready and will be available for purchase in my Etsy shop. So I will link to my Etsy shop down below once it's live. It's not quite live yet, but again, I'm really excited. I'll show you real quick how I've been using it. So I decided to just pop in here and cover up the days to use it for December for right now, because I was kind of getting a little antsy and really wanted to use it. Kind of similar to the Passion Planner setup, but I did make this in my own format. So I have the timekeeping here again, the day of the week, today's focus, personal, work, tasks, and then I included gratitude, the daily highlight, exercise, and my water tracker. And then this side is all dotted so that you can definitely still kind of use it as a bullet journal page. So yeah, that's kind of what this is gonna look like. And this is the future of my planning style. I absolutely love it. There is also, I'll click on that, gonna be weekly pages. And you can see here, this weekly page is blank, but it's connected to the week that you use it in. So you'll see that, you know, I have it connected to this Tuesday one. So I was going to make this setup specifically as one style, but I'm like, you know, the weekly setup is so different for everybody, where daily tracking is usually the same, repetitive. So I wanted to leave the weekly open and very flexible for anyone who wants to use this planner, because again, I'll have these elements where you can easily add in daily or weekly spreads, or you can easily add in those elements to give you that weekly spread without putting in too much time or effort. But yeah, I have all of these boxes that I've been working on, and I will be making more. But yeah, it will add a lot of customization still for a digital planner. And I am officially calling this the Creative Planner. There are almost 500 pages in this. Here is the cover page. I just wanted to show you that real quick. It does come in the one color right now, but I do plan to add more colors in if this like tealish green is not your thing. But this creative planner belongs to insert your name, and then Creatively Kara. I have my links all down here in case you want to end up checking me out on those. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, bye-bye.